Real Actors, Real Answers, the video podcast where you are the star. Today, we are going to interview Distant Worlds. What is Distant Worlds and what is it all about? I have 4 guests here. One is a director, and the other 3 are multi-talented people. Can't wait for you to meet them. There's Kevin, there's Jack, there's Dominique, and there is Aaron, hence /Whacker. So here we go. Guys, how are you doing today?
Hey, doing great, David.
Sweet.
Wonderful.
Jack?
I'm doing well.
All right, cool. There's so much to talk about today, and I'm so excited about this. Distant Worlds. You, Kevin, you're the director. Talk to us about Distant Worlds. What is it all about?
So, The Distant Worlds is an independent DC cinematic universe so it's just like how you have the DCU and the MCU. This is a cinematic universe that's controlled for the fans and made by the fans for the fans. And it originally started during the pandemic when no DC content was coming out, and everybody was pretty much clamoring just for some superhero content because that's one of the most popular genres right now. And so we started with our first film, which took about a year altogether with writing it and directing and shooting and everything. Justice League Task Force released in March 2021, and then our next film coming up this fall is The Light of the Green Lantern featuring Aaron Wacker there as Alan Scott. And then from there, we're going to keep on moving on with interconnected films, and after that is Crimson Avenger, a Gotham story. And it's going to keep on going on and keep on building and keep on expanding this world that we have.
So these are chapters.
Correct.
This is really good. Now, where is it being filmed at?
Mainly in Metro Detroit area, but we do have goals to try to get some awesome shots of California, hopefully by next summer. So maybe we can meet you out there, David. I know you're making a trek pretty soon.
I am very soon. That's fascinating. I love what you're doing. I've watched you on Facebook. How big of an influence has Facebook been for you? Has it helped you at all?
Oh yeah, Facebook has been monumental in putting together the cast and the crew, everything from makeup artists to director of photography to the leads. I met Jack, I met Aaron, I met Dom, everyone on Facebook through Facebook groups. And the great thing about that is working on films like this is we don't own the rights to any of the DC stuff, of course. They make all their stuff, WB owns it. So the films that we make are nonprofit fan films that get put out there for free. So the actors that come and want to be a part of this, there has to be a genuine passion, and you can find that through Facebook groups to people that, genuinely have connection to these characters, that they're either part of their childhood or, it just unlocks something a part of them. But yeah, without Facebook, there wouldn't be a Distant Worlds. I'm definitely very, very grateful for that.
So how has this influenced what you just said about passion? Like someone comes in and they want to audition. Do you base that upon how much they love the craft, how much they love DC? How do you audition people?
It's all about vibes, really. Like I'll break it down like this. Like with Jack, he just saw some of our stuff or whatever, and he said, if you ever need a Red Hood, let me know. And I just seen his awesome cosplay, man. I'm like, yes, you. Got to get you in the movie, man. And just when you connect with somebody, like I connected with Dom, I connected with Aaron, and it's just all about connection, man. A lot of the times, I don't do any like formal auditions because this is a fan-based project, man. If you have passion for it, then we'll work with you and we'll build you up, So we'll start at the bottom, just like how I started at the bottom with directing, and I don't expect much, but just, you to put your best into it.
How long have you been directing?
Roughly 2 years. Yeah. I did this short fan film through this place that I went to, Morris Howard. They do cinematography classes. Did a short film through there, and then after that, I went right into Justice League Task Force. Yeah, so the Crimson Avenger at Gotham story would be my 3rd film that I've done.
That's excellent. You have an outreach ministry as well?
Yes, I do. Actually, an outreach minister at Madison Heights United Methodist Church. And the goal for that is to take away the stigma and the negativity that's associated with Christianity and how people think when you come to church, they're going to tell you what the wrong things you're doing, man. The thing is about Christianity, man, it's all about building you up, man. Come as you are. Come as you are. You are who you are for a reason because God made you that way. And as long as you have God in your heart, man, you're at the right place. And that's what my whole goal of that is being.
So your church is a welcome mat.
Oh, definitely try to be,
I like that. Jack, cosplay. What's that all about?
Well, I got out of the military back in May, and one of the first things I noticed after being on vacation for so long is I was bored. I always loved superhero movies, and social media consistently always posted on my news feeds cosplayers. And I thought, why not give it a shot? Anyways, I started messing around a little bit with cosplay, and we had a convention in town in Minot, in North Dakota. And I didn't really think anything of it. I thought, just try it once, see if you like it. If you don't, that's fine. Well, I ended up going there. I met some really cool people, some very cool actors. I got to meet Doug Jones. He loved my cosplay, and
Wow.
that was really something for coming from a person of his stature. And I was nervous too because I didn't know I was going to be entering into a cosplay contest. It was about an hour left before the contest started, and I was a last minute entry basically. I never planned any of this. I ended up going up on stage in front of about 300 to 400 people with Doug Jones and other actors and actresses from Star Trek Discovery watching me, and somehow I managed to take home first place. My first try, first time ever. So that just really sparked something in me. Seeing the smile and the light in their eyes, like that is something that I wanted to have in my life.
Wakes, it sounds like you woke other. Acting is about so much, but waking other people up to their own creativity. You saw smiles, right?
100%. Like they loved what they were doing, and that is something that I could 100% get behind.
That's excellent. I have a student in Texas. She's into cosplay. You're on Facebook, right?
Absolutely.
I'll connect you two. She's phenomenal. She's a lot of fun.
Sounds like a plan.
Dom, creative consultant. What is a creative consultant, and how do you handle that?
A creative consultant is a person who handles the creativity in the background and behind the scenes of the film. And with the expertise as an illustrator for 17 years and beyond, and an actor for almost 9 years, I capture a lot of what's in the backgrounds, also peek out a lot of creative differences of what's being made in a certain film universally.
That you say that with authority. You say that like you know what you're doing. Kevin, does he know what he's doing?
Oh, he knows what he's doing, man. And a big part of his thing and what he did on Justly Task Force was to make sure that we kept our comic accuracy. Because when it comes to the knowledge of DC Comics, I mean, Dom is your guy. I mean, everything from the Golden Age comics to New 52 and beyond, yeah, he was awesome with it.
I never thought about it that way. This is a lot about accuracy to portray them authentically. Hey, Dom, now we know each other pretty well. You're an illustrator too, right?
Yes, I've been illustrating since age 12 as of 2005 to this day of 2022 for 17 years and beyond.
Do you have any actual work you can show us?
Actually, I do. I recently did an illustration of, and this was actually a gift for the Distant World. It's a picture of Dr. Fate and Zatanna.
Is that all by pencil?
Yes.
That's fabulous.
That's amazing, man.
The
That is good.
proportions, it's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anybody out there on Facebook or wherever you are, connect with Dominic Lyons, because he is a fantastic illustrator. Yeah, I've seen some of your work, and that's just it. it gets better with every thing you post. It's excellent.
Well, thank you. It's a mighty long way for 17 years to really bring out the creativity in you.
Creating takes time. Aaron
It does.
Wacker. Aaron Wacker. Tell
Mhm.
us a little bit about yourself and what role you're playing in this distant world.
Uh, well, okay. So if you wanted me to tell about myself, that's a little bit longer, but I'll just go into the upcoming role. So I'm going to be playing Alan Scott in the film we're still currently making, is The Light of the Green Lantern. I would say we're roughly about 90% done. A lot of it is in the post editing of just trying to make sure everything's cleaned up and get music put to it. And then there's a couple of scenes we have left that we need to shoot. But as we were talking earlier, as Dom was saying, we're very adamant about making sure that we're sticking to the original comic book series, because there hasn't been a movie of Alan Scott as the Green Lantern. So we're trying to bring it so a lot of people know who he is, where he gets involved with becoming the Green Lantern, and that sort of thing. It's kind of more of an origin story. So we have to make sure that everything is in the correct detail according to the comic book. But on top of that, we're putting on our own little spin to it because it's just a world. So we kind of, in a way, have to bring in like the rest of the our Disney world into the film. And the nice thing is we get to do whatever we want, really. We're trying to do a throwback to the original comic book a little bit as well. Like, as Jack was saying, he the cosplaying. I've been cosplaying since I was like 10. So I've been doing it for over 25 years. The character I usually cosplay as is the Flash, and I go to like Comic Cons and things like that. I have a YouTube video channel that I do as well with a friend of mine that we do. He does Batman. It's actually called Batman and the Flash Odd Couple Adventure, because they're two characters you just wouldn't think are friends, but we make it where they're friends, right? So kind of a comedy type skits that we do. But I made my costume for this movie as well because, like I said, I like the cosplay. And Alan Scott becoming the Green Lantern, I made that outfit, and I plan on cosplaying it this October coming up. There's a Comic-Con coming up, and we have a Halloween party at work that I'm going to be wearing it and showing it off to try to promote our movie a little bit. So I'm excited.
So we have two cosplayers here. I got to ask this because now I'm really curious. How do you feel when you put on that costume? Just tell us.
Feel completely different. Like I take on the persona of the character I'm playing, and it allows you to act and be different than what you normally would. And you can be okay with that because you're kind of in a disguise. So people will know who you are, but really don't know who you are. And it gives you a reason to act differently, essentially. So I enjoy, and that's why I enjoy it, because you get to act as somebody else. And it's, and that's what got me into really wanting to do an acting, is because it allows you to be somebody else, to do something else that you normally wouldn't do on a normal basis. And it allows you to see, okay, if I decided to be this type of person, would I be comfortable with that? Today, you get to go back to being your actual self. So that's a nice thing. You don't have to make that change permanent.
Nice. I like how you described that. Jack, how do you feel when you do cosplay?
The suit is very hot. There's not a cooling system. It's a lot of leather, dark clothing. The helmet's very tight, but I love it. In my own personal opinion, I think I do a very good job of that. Jason Todd has always been a huge comic book favorite for me growing up. When I got this at the convention I was at when I took home first place. In this issue, he ends up shooting the Penguin and puts him in the ICU. But just looking at the raw energy that that character possesses and who they are and what they stand for, I find some relatability to that, like the frustrations in life and not giving up even when you're beaten down, literally. I don't know. It's just a huge inspiration to me, and it allows me to. It's an honor to be able to take on the mantle of that character, even in a cosplay sense.
Dom, Dom, what's your take on these fantastic stories?
Taking on a lot of these stories does have its equivalences with life, and it's showing a lot of how, where the actor is mirroring certain characters, and the relatability is where the raw emotion comes out, and it shows like when you're embodying that character, you become that character. It just deals that inspiration right out to those who's watching. Now, an example, if with me as the character from Papers, like Lance Ambrose, for example, even though he's non-DC, but this character is basically just me in another world. Like, how do you build this character? Who are you, and what do you want the character to be like? How do you embody the character? What his desires and whatever and whatnot.
I like that. It's like you're the character, you're playing the character, but at the same time, you're serving the character, right?
Yes.
Kevin, you have a fantastic ensemble here. How do you feel about that?
As far as the cast and man, it's amazing, like just like with Aaron and Jack, man, they put together these costumes that I never thought they could be such high quality, man. I mean, the suits that they make are better than some of the suits you see on the CW shows, like the Flash and stuff. Like you look at that stuff, like man, they should have got Jack and Aaron to work on it. But it is really cool, man. And when we're on that set for those brief minutes when we're filming, you can actually feel like a superhero for those few couple minutes, man. And it's like we're just in an alternate world. Yeah, that's the amazing thing about it, man. I mean, we essentially get to be kids and play and imagine, and play make believe for that little bit of time while we're on set. And I think that's what draws us all in. It's a way to just step out of our reality and become these characters and just have fun.
I like that. I like the way you described that. Now you're the scriptwriter too, correct?
Yeah, I am. Well, so for Justice League Task Force, which was our first film, I wrote that with my friend Eric Levitt, and I directed it. But for The Light of the Green Lantern, the next film coming up featuring Alan Scott, Aaron Wacker playing the role, it was actually written by Doug Sanders, who played Dr. Fate in Justice League Task Force. But Aaron and myself also helped with the story. So, and then after Crimson Avenger, a Gotham Story, and the Justice League film, which follow Green Lantern, Dom is actually producing and writing a film called Naboo, which follows the life of Dr. Fate.
Wow, Dom, you're full of surprises.
Yes, I am.
Kevin, now if a person wanted to begin directing or writing a script, it sounds like a daunting task sometimes, especially writing. What advice would you give that person?
Just jump into it. The version of Justice League Task Force that made it on the film was not, the original concept at all. Like I went through a whole bunch of terrible ideas. I had like this idea where the Riddler and Batman were brothers and stupid stuff, and and Batman's a firefighter. But you got to go through the bad ideas to work through that's what the drafts are for, and that's why films are rewritten. But I say, man, just jump into it and just do some research. Look up other scripts and how those are written. Format is number one. And that helps you get a better idea how to put your story down. Yeah, just jump into it, man. The way that how far technology has come and the quality of cameras on your phone and stuff, you can do everything from your home now. It's not like back in the day where you had to rent, a $1,000 camera and you had to buy the reels and all that stuff. And it's just so much easier now. But if you have a passion for something, just go for it. Because life is too short to, wish you would have done it.
Wow, what a way to put that in a capsule form. What you just said, the last thing you said, that's very true. Now, I have a question for all of you, just one at a time. If someone wanted to contact you or find out more about Distant Worlds or audition, perhaps, how would they do that? How would they contact you?
So they can contact me via Facebook or Instagram. I am very active on those. I usually get on at least 2 to 3 times a day. Always checking my DMs. So if you are interested, do not be afraid. Just reach out and I will hook you up.
All right. It's under your name?
That is correct.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
John.
And
oh, sorry.
go ahead. Oh, it's all right, buddy. But no, yeah, no. The thing is about the Distant World is that every person that's on the team and in the family is a co-owner of the Distant World, essentially. So, if Dom finds somebody and he has a good feeling about that person, we bring that person in. Same with Aaron and Jack, So, yeah. So feel free to hit any of those guys up, and you'll be in good company.
Okay, so if someone goes through Distant Worlds, which it's on Facebook, is it called Distant Worlds?
So there's actually a couple ways that hit us up. You can do a distantworlds.com. So it's thedistantworlds.com, or you can do facebook.com/JLATF, but it will take you to the Distant Worlds Facebook page.
And that's where we can all meet you, all 4 of you, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Excellent. Excellent. Networking is everything.
You got that right.
Say the least. This has been fun. Really energetic, and you guys are so talented. I can't wait to see the new chapters that come out. You brought, there's a lot of things that is going to, when I get like this, it's like, I don't know what to say, but once this is posted and everything else going out to a lot of people, so you're going to get some good feedback.
Oh, definitely, man. Hey, I want to thank you, David, man, you've been like an excellent source of inspiration. For me personally, with how supportive you've been for the Distant Worlds, for offering to take on some of the actors, teach them and stuff like that. And I really appreciate everything you do, man. You're really great for the Michigan film industry. So thank you for being a part of the next film too.
Wow, thank you very much. And you guys can notify me. Talk to me anytime you want. And so thank you very much for being on Real Actors, Real Answers. You guys continue on. You continue to grow and to create this amazing show.
Thanks, brother.
All
Will
right.
do.
Definitely.
Until next time.
Absolutely.
Definitely.